Well, my friends, g'day and welcome back to another show full of travel adventures from the team at CruiseAway. My name's Derek and I'm here to take you on journeys to Europe for exciting holiday trips to very exciting cities and tempting cruises. This time we're cruising with MSC Cruises, the Italian cruise line that is making headlines around the world with its gorgeous fleet of glamorous ships and cruise fares you just won't believe. Here at CruiseAway, we're here to add extra value to these trips too. We've got some bonuses lined up just for you to save even more dollars. Now we'll be heading to romantic Venice in Italy to enjoy a staying cruise to iconic must-see destinations in Croatia for next October, and we'll also be jetting you over to London to enjoy a city break followed by a cruise across the Med to enjoy Spanish and Portuguese delights. We'll delight you even more with included drinks and onboard spend for that trip, as we will with our first trip, which takes us to Northern Europe in September next year. Now we're heading to the Norwegian fjords and we're cruising from Denmark. So on the 2nd of September, we'll fly you over from Sydney to Copenhagen, the capital, for a 4-night stay in the city in a hotel. Lovely, lovely city. Oh my word, this is just typifies wonderful major European cities. The major attractions here are the famous Tivoli Gardens, of course. You can also visit Hans Christian Andersen's house here, and of course you've got to go down and see the Little Mermaid, but you will be a tiny little bit underwhelmed because she is little. I mean, the clue's in the name, but people think, oh, she is. And she is. It's a really cool city, though. Wonderful architecture. Monuments there from the Rosenborg Castle. The Nyhavn Harbour has got beautiful buildings as well. You'll enjoy that for 4 nights in a hotel. And then you are joining one of the newer MSC ships. In fact, she only launched last year. She is MSC Euribia, and she is Meraviglia Plus class for those of you who have sailed with MSC before. And the Meraviglia class is wonderful because they have this wonderful galleria that we just saw there that runs through the center of the ship. It's where all the restaurants and shopping and everything else kind of hangs off of, but it has this wonderful dome across the top which is electronic, and they can change the look and feel of the whole atmosphere of that inside space there, and that's where they'll have things like your white parties, silent discos and great gatherings. That's it there. All the shopping is on the lower level that you can see there, and there's lovely things like the gelato and the creperia is there. The shopping is there. There's a wonderful place where they make their own chocolate on board and you can buy. And guest services is there, and then on the upper levels you've got the restaurants and things like the Butcher's Cut, which is the specialty steakhouse on board, which is lovely. They have quite a few specialty restaurants that are well worth treating yourself to. In fact, actually, rather than Butcher's Cut on this particular ship, they have Le Grill, which is again a steakhouse there, but they do seafood platters there as well and char grilled meat dishes and things. And they also do moules frites as well, which is, oh, I love it, absolutely love it. You've got Hola, which is tacos and cantina, which is lovely Mexican. That's a little bit more grab and go, actually. It's a little bit more like Mexican tapas, if you like, but you get an awful lot for the price you pay. It's lovely. There's teppanyaki, which is great fun. There it is, where it's a bit of a show and a feed all at the same time. That's a nice thing to do if you've got a few of you there. It's great fun, actually. And the buffet on board, oh my word. You've never seen so many choices than the buffets on board. The marketplace is the place to be, let me tell you. Now, you've got umpteen bars and lounges on board as well. For big production shows, you've got the Delphi Theatre, where you can book in to see one of the amazing shows every single night there. They've also got a brand new wine bar on board this ship called Helios as well, which has a touchscreen table where you can learn more about the wines that are actually on board. There you go, there it is. So completely and utterly interactive, which I love. It has a nightclub on board, of course, which is nice. The Attic for late night boogieing, which always has a great atmosphere. And if you like somewhere to escape to, the Sky Lounge is brilliant. It feels like this exclusive, lovely cocktail lounge. If you are taking the kids with you, as you can see, there's more than plenty for them to be doing as well. You can also enjoy a rather nice champagne bar while you're on board as well, which is very nice indeed and feels very, very exclusive. That's for the night where you dress up and have your picture taken on the Swarovski staircases. Lovely. So 7 nights of cruising out of Copenhagen, first days at sea, and then we head into Ålesund in the Fjordland in Norway, and the Fjellstua viewpoint is a real hotspot here to get the most spectacular views. And you can hike if you fancy a good old fresh air day, which is lovely. It'd be nice at this time of the year. Then you cruise into Nordfjordeid. Very popular to drink in the Viking history here, or take a tour to the Briksdal Glacier, which is one of the biggest that you'll see in Norway. It's very, very spectacular indeed. Next port is one of the smallest, most charming ports in Fjordland. It's Flam. I would recommend definitely taking the Flam Railway and enjoy the waterfall where you stop halfway through at a place called Hjosfossen, and an extra treat there as well, which I won't spoil the surprise. A day at sea, we're in Kiel in Germany, which is home, of course, to the famous Kiel Canal. But this is a very popular port. You can see a German U-boat here, the botanical gardens, and lots more. And then we disembark back in Copenhagen for our flight back to Sydney. What an incredible, incredible adventure this is going to be. These Northern Europe cruises with MSC are ever so popular. I mean, really, really popular. I know we are a worldwide company, so we have bases all over the world, and we are forever booking up these cruises. They are very, very popular indeed, because it's a nice variety of ports as well, because you've got key cities, and then you've got these charming little chocolate box destinations in the Norwegian fjords. And this is a great time of year to see Northern Europe as well, actually. You're here after the main tourist season, which is good, so you're not waiting around in queues, you can get to do what you want to do. So in this package, we fly you from Sydney over to Copenhagen. You have 4 nights in a hotel there, that's included. And then you've got your 7 nights on MSC Euribia, cruising to Norway and the fjords there, and also Kiel in Germany. Now, as a little bit of a bonus here from us, we've included the Easy Plus drinks package, which is lovely, and some onboard spend up to, depending on which grade of stateroom you choose, up to 500 Australian dollars of onboard credit, which you can use for excursions, spa treatments, specialty dining, and so much more. And we've managed to do this whole package. Remember I said with MSC, there'll be prices that you'll look at and not believe. Let me show you for the whole package. MSC are a cruise line which are what I call a disruptor cruise line. They've come into the cruise business. They've been there for a long, long time, but they are independent. They are, a lot of the cruise companies are connected to bigger companies. MSC, entirely independent. They're the biggest shipping company in the world, and this is their cruise line. And they really want to get your attention. So they're bringing out ship after ship after ship after ship. There are always more coming. And this is one of their latest ships as well. Very, very glamorous on board. And to have a drinks package and some onboard spend included, plus your flights and your stay in Copenhagen and the cruise for under $5,000 needs snapping up pretty quickly. Now, if you do want to upgrade and get closer to that $500 of onboard spend, here's the prices to go: ocean view or balcony, or to the Aurea suite. Now, the Aurea suite is brilliant because it gives you priority access into the Aurea spa on board. We also have a price on this one if you want to go to the yacht club. Now, the yacht club is like the exclusive first class lounge area, if you like, of the MSC ships, where you have a wonderful, wonderful accommodation. You have your own pool deck, your own restaurant, butler service, and so much more in there as well, plus a full drinks package included. So if you want the price for that, again, talk to the team. 1300 408 765 is our toll-free number to call. But I tell you what, for that price, it is ridiculous. And honestly, do not think it's a budget cruise because you are looking at that price, because the ships are absolutely gorgeous, I promise you. Call us now, 1300 408 765. It's an exciting time to go cruising as well. MSC are a very, very dynamic cruise line. And as I said before, Their pricing is deliberately disruptive because they want to get you on board to see a taste of their wonderful service. You'll love the team on board, you'll love the offering on board, and you'll love the routes that they take as well. Really, really interesting itinerary. Now, every single MSC cruise ship, wherever it is around the world, we will have all of their offers right here on our website, cruiseaway.com.au. And you can go on and you can explore the ships as well, find out more about them, what's on offer, what's on board, what size the ships are too, because they have varying sizes of ships as well. So anyway, I can tell you more about that as we go on to our next exciting trip to Europe with MSC Cruises. And again, this is for next September. This time we're exploring Spain and Portugal on an incredible 2-week cruise. So we'll fly you first from Sydney, all the way over to London in the UK, and we're going in summertime, so we're going to check into a London hotel first, and we're there for 3 nights. Well, this is a perfect time to be in London, again talking about September being just at the back end of the peak summer season. So actually, if you want to get in to see the attractions, the Tower of London, the museums, you know, things like the Tate Modern, and the attractions, things like the London Eye there, which is spectacular there on the South Bank. It's wonderful. You'll be able to do more of that without waiting around. There's an excellent Madame Tussauds in London as well, well worth visiting. So you've got 3 nights there in a hotel, and then it's time to cruise from Southampton, which is down in the south of the UK, not a million miles away from London, and you're on board the UK, I would say the UK's most visited ship right now, because the MSC Virtuosa is basically ported in Southampton, and she has been for about the last 4 years now, and will be for the next couple of years as well. She goes off to the Caribbean in the winter, but you know, during the main season she's there in Southampton doing cruises in and out of the UK, and they are so popular. Let me tell you, this is a very popular ship indeed. I've cruised myself on MSC Virtuosa, so I know that it has an excellent range of different activities and things for you to be able to do, different places for you to be able to go. Some a little quieter than others, because this can be a busy ship. But I tell you what happens when the weather's good, and it should be at this time of the year in the UK and out in Europe where we're going here. Up on top deck at the main pool deck, you will find lots going on there. Lots going on during the day. Sometimes it's salsa lessons. Sometimes it's a great big conga around the deck. Sometimes it's a chance to win things. Sometimes there's a live DJ. There's live music up there. Sometimes there's big sporting events up on the screens as well. But a lot of people head there during the day, up on the lounges and everything. And that means that your lounges and bars and your places and spaces around the rest of the ship are a little bit quieter, which is great. Now, lots of people like to head into the Galleria, like the previous ship that we saw, the Euribia. Virtuosa has that lovely Galleria as well, which is that sort of central meeting point for everywhere. It leads to where the Swarovski staircases are as well, which you will find people there all the time having their pictures taken, whether they're taking them on their own phones or whether they're getting the professional photographers to take their pictures there, you know, all dressed up to the nines. But having a picture taken on those Swarovski staircases really is a real treat while you're on board. You love the dining. We've talked about the dining, very similar to the dining we saw on MSC Euribia as well. So those specialty options like teppanyaki, there's those staircases, they're so gorgeous. Teppanyaki, butcher's cut, the steakhouse, they have their own chocolatier, plenty of shopping on board as well, whether you're looking for jewellery, essentials, watches, you know, whatever it may be. The views down the Galleria are brilliant, and it really comes to life of an evening as well. They do the parties there. Oh yes, Virtuosa has Rob, who is the robot barman. That's brilliant. That's a nice little experience to do. And that's right next to the champagne bar as well, which you might want to avail yourself of, which is very nice indeed. You will love it. You'll want to stay on board some of the port days because there's so much to do on board the ship as well. So we are sailing out of the UK. You've had your few nights in London, and now let's do a bit of European cruising. So a day at sea, and we're across to Spain straight away. Lovely Spain, beautiful, sunny, dry Mediterranean heat at this time of the year into La Coruña. There's lots to see there. The incredible Tower of Hercules, for instance. A day at sea, and we're in Cadiz. Now, Cadiz is the port town for Seville. So I would head in on a tour into Seville, see the Alcazar because it's incredible architecture and its gardens are beautiful, and see the cathedral there too. Then we're going down to what they call the Costa del Sol in Spain, to Malaga. Now you've got lots of different choices here, but if you love your history, get up to Granada on a tour to the Alhambra Palace. Granada itself is just so charming, it's beautiful. Alicante is next, which is a big European holiday destination and has been for years and years, for the last 50 years, been one of the most popular resorts areas of Spain for people holidaying in the Med. You'll love it there. Again, you've got wonderful chances to just enjoy and just walk around or find a beach in these places. We're in the Balearic Islands now in Palma de Mallorca, which is dominated by that wonderful cathedral. Again, that's great for just a little wander around the harbour front there. Then we have a day in Barcelona. Now, Barcelona is phenomenal. It's a big city. It's worth taking a tour. There's a hop-on, hop-off bus tour route, which you can take to go and see some of the sites all in one day. Then we head off to Valencia. Valencia is steeped in history there. You see the wonderful Quark Towers, which are your kind of gateway to the city, but the famous Ladro horses are made there, so it might be worth a trip to the factory there. And then you're in one of the most beautiful cities, in my opinion, in the world, Lisbon, because it has such a variety of different things to do, places to see, and it's nice to just wander around. It's gorgeous there in the capital of Portugal. 2 days at sea to relax and enjoy the wonderful ship before we arrive back in Southampton and we fly back from Heathrow Airport in London back to Sydney. Oh my word, this is one big fantastic holiday. But if you wanted to cruise Europe, you've wanted to spend some time in London, I have to tell you, if you were flying over to London and you were staying in London for the whole of this holiday and just flying back and just seeing London, for our price tag, you get to see so much more of Europe, as well as flying over to London and spending some time there on a city break. This really does make full use of every dollar that you're spending on this holiday, because this is a ridiculously fabulous package. Now, that price includes your flights to and from London, a 3-night hotel stay there, and 2 full weeks, 14 nights of cruising with MSC to and from Southampton across the Med. Oh, and hang on a second, because I haven't yet mentioned that for that price, if you book now, we'll include up to 500 Aussie dollars of onboard spend for you to pamper yourself with treatments, go to those specialty dining restaurants and use it to pay for that. Whatever you want to, depending on which grade of stateroom you go for, we'll give you up to 500 Australian dollars of onboard spend. Plus, we've also included the Easy Plus drinks package as well. Lots and lots of drinks included in that package as well, which I think is tremendous. And that price still hasn't changed at $6,799 per person. Of course, if you want to tailor that package even more nights in London, somewhere else on the way back, just talk to the team, we'll make it happen. $6,799, ridiculous. Now, if you want to upgrade to Ocean View or to balcony or to a suite or to that yacht club I was talking to you about earlier, have a look at this, because here are your upgrade prices to go even further. So we've got prices here for your Ocean View balcony and your Aurea suite. Of course, your stateroom is wonderful. You'll love it on an interior, but if you prefer that view of the sea, Ocean View is the next with your picture window, of course. Balcony gives you your own outdoor space, of course, with table and chairs out there. The Aurea suite is an even bigger suite, as you can see. And if you want to go to the yacht club is a completely different part of the ship where you get your own everything. Prominent part of the ship, concierge service, your own restaurant, your own pool deck, your own everything, and you enjoy everything else on the ship as well, plus a full premium drinks package included if you upgrade to the yacht club. All of those upgrades are available from our team. 1300 408 765 is the number to call on that one. Remember, it's not a cent when you call us. So if you think you've got a silly question, believe you me, our team have been taking calls from Aussies for 25 plus years. They've been asked that question, I promise, and they know the answer. Moreover, they know the answer because they've been on the ships. And we just talk about cruise. We're not a regular travel agent. Yes, we book hotels and other things, but we are a cruise travel agent. So that's where our speciality is. Right, let's do some more cruising. And next, we're calling all House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones fans as we take you to King's Landing itself, along with other fascinating parts of Croatia, Montenegro, and Italy over a 13-night dream away for next October. Now, we're jetting you first from Sydney over, oh my word, you won't believe this, we're going to Venice, the most incredible and unique city on earth, and you'll enjoy this floating myriad of fascination for 4 nights in a hotel and just drink in what is one of the most spellbinding places on earth, because basically this is a city on stilts. They don't have roads, they have canals. You will just find it fascinating. Please take my advice. You're there for 4 nights. One of the mornings, get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, go to St Mark's Square and stand by the canal and watch it come to life during the day. You will be fascinated, I promise you. Here is your cruise ship. Now, from Venice, you head to the Venice passenger terminal and you check in there, and there's a free transfer to get you to the ship, which is at Porto Marghera, just outside Venice. And here is your ship, the MSC Opera. She's part of the Lyrica class that we're looking at right now, and you're going to be on board for 7 nights. Now, this is classic MSC cruising, actually. So this is more of the original Mediterranean feel of MSC, the cruise line. So everything has that wonderful Mediterranean vivaciousness and colour and style, and it's very gold and glitzy and full of colour. You will adore it because what you have on board is the most exceptional service. The team on board MSC, there are so many of them, and every one of them has a smile on their face and is very, very friendly indeed. So you'll find as you make your way around the different spaces, the service that you will get in the main restaurant, in the main dining rooms, is exceptional. It feels like a real treat, and it's all included in your cruise. And the most exceptional service, course by course, is there for you to enjoy as well, which I think is just incredible. It's a lovely, lovely place. As you see, there's lots of different offerings, from daily gelato there near the pool, wonderful ranges of lounges and restaurants. There's a piano bar of the evening where you can sit and just listen or sing along. There is your marketplace buffet there, which again has umpteen choices for you. You see how friendly everyone is on board. There's even adventure golf. So this is one of the slightly smaller ships from the MSC fleet, actually, so it's a little bit more intimate. Has a Turkish bath on board inside the spa with a sauna, and you'll love the program. The wellness program from the Aurea Spa honestly is incredible. You can have the most wonderful treatments on board, to be having a full seaweed wrap, to having a nice, facial, this, that and the other. Looks wonderful. Relax there on the heated beds, relax in a sauna or a steam room. Do you know, I think I need to get into a steam room, actually. I'm feeling like I've got a bit of a cold coming on, and that's the good thing to do, isn't it? Is to go into the steam room and just sweat it all out. It's a great feeling when you come out. There's the disco, there's the Broadway Theatre to enjoy fantastic shows, and they're very visual shows as well with MSC, because they are very well aware that they've got a very eclectic mix of nationalities in terms of passengers on board. So the shows are spectacularly visual, so everyone gets it. It's amazing. You're going to love it. You're going to be on board for 7 nights, and of course the sail out past Venice is amazing as you make your way to your first port, which is Dubrovnik. King's Landing from Game of Thrones. You can walk the walls here, see the shipyard arches. It's full of sacred buildings, monasteries, churches, charming streets. It is a wonderful walled city. We then cruise on to Corfu in Greece. Ravinia Beach is the one to head to here. It's really off the beaten track, wonderful caves there. You can explore the old town here in Corfu as well. It's a tiny town, but it's well worth exploring with its little lanes and colourful alleyways. We cruise on to Kotor in Montenegro. Now there are several Romanesque churches here, including the main Kotor Cathedral here, which are splendid, and it's also home to the Maritime Museum as well. So you've got lots of choices here, lots of excursions to try and fit in 2 or 3 experiences in one day. Into Bari next in Italy, and this is in the Puglia region of Italy, where the very famous wines come from, and you can see the basilica there at the top there, which is built in 1087. It's just perfectly pristine, isn't it? And then we cruise into Zadar in Croatia. The remains of the Roman Forum are still here actually, and you can also seek out the famous sea organ, which is very famous here as well. You disembark, should I say, in Porto Marghera, which is one of the Venice ports. Will transfer you back to the passenger terminal, and then from there back to the airport for your flight back to Sydney. So we've really taken care of everything, because, you know, Venice is such a wonderful place to be. I'm so glad that we've got you a good few nights in Venice. 4 nights there in a hotel before you cruise is absolutely perfect. You might well want longer, to be honest with you, because also Venice is a great kind of landing point to travel to other parts of Italy as well. We could very easily hook you up with a tour of the lakes here and going out to Verona as well. But let's look at the trip as it is, full of culture and history. Included your flight from Sydney over to Venice, 4 nights there in a hotel to explore and enjoy. Your transfer to the MSC Opera included, 7 nights of cruising in Croatia, Montenegro and Corfu. Your transfer at the end of the cruise to the airport in Venice for your flight back to Sydney. Oh my word, we've done it again. We have done it again, and this is what I mean about cruising with MSC as well, the most exceptional value. If you consider the airfares, the stay, the transfers that we've included in this package as well, and we're just under $5,000 each. Bookable today, subject to availability. This isn't a local cruise for us here in Oz. This is one across Europe that everyone is booking up right now. You can see the value. It is ridiculous. Here's the upgrades for you as well. So if you want to upgrade from your interior to ocean view, balcony or suite, there are the prices. And if you'd like to add a drinks package to this for a lower price than you'd actually pay on board, then talk to the team, because we can often do you a very special offer on the drinks packages as well, less than you would pay if you wait to do it when you're on board the ship itself. So again, talk to the team about that. 1300 408 765. I have to tell you though, if you've never been to Venice before, you've never been anywhere like it. Even if you've traveled right the way around the world, you've never been to a destination like Venice even in your life. Who's Dennis? I bet he's been to Venice, but it's an absolutely incredible place. So take the opportunity to go if you have the chance to. And there's quite a few cruises go in and out of Venice, but there are less and less as time goes by. So take the opportunity now while it is there. Cruising across Europe is a wonderful thing to do. It's so rich, it's so varied, and we can hook you up with so many adventures in Europe as well. Not just with MSC, with all the major cruise lines as well. You'll find them all here on our website, cruiseaway.com.au. I think we're looking at well over 8,000 packages and cruises there for you to look at. There are many more beyond that as well, and we can quote you for any. So even if you've seen a cruise advertised with someone else somewhere else, bring it to us and we'll see what we can do. We've got over 25 years of cruise know-how. Don't forget, we are here every day on Gecko 3 times a day, so I hope you'll come back and cruise away again very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.